First of all, while you were gone, I took just a few minutes, 4 minutes probably, to dry this layer with a heat gun. I don't know if we're going to use one of these in class or not. Not one of them. We'd need several. But this is not a hair dryer. You can injure yourself if you think it's a hair dryer. The end of this, it gets hot enough to melt plastic silverware. Got it? So I use this instead of a heat gun, instead of a hair dryer for two reasons. One, it's faster. And number two, it's quieter. And I've come to value my hearing, so I don't like loud noises when I'm working. Okay, now pencils. And this is a hard concept for some people to understand, but I am looking at my reference and drawing what I see in my reference with very little attention being paid to the drawing that I've already done. Remember, I did a quick drawing with red. I'm not ignoring it completely, but I am not trusting it very much at all. In other words, my drawing, okay, like right there, I agreed largely with the marks I made earlier, but I don't rely on them. And again, I say that's a hard concept for many students to grasp. The danger with doing any kind of drawing, especially if you do it fairly early in the painting process, the danger is that then you begin to rely, put your weight down, trust, believe your drawing. By the way, I've got a 1-year-old holding my mic stand right now. Was not part of the original plan here this afternoon. So sorry if you're getting an earthquake. It's Avi. Say hi to Avi, everybody. AVI. He's just turned 1 a couple months ago. And he's absolutely darling, as are your grandchildren, I'm sure. And okay, one other concept, again, that is hard for some people, especially traditional painters to grapple with, is that the pencil lines I'm making right now are intended to be visible in the final painting. What I'm doing now, listen to me carefully. If you're a traditional painter, listen. This does not compare, this is not parallel to what some of you guys do when you take charcoal and do a drawing on a bare canvas. This is not that. When you do the charcoal drawing, you don't expect any of that to show, and you're starting by drawing, which first of all is, for most people, the death of you, and the death of your painting, because you say, I'm tight. Well, you started with a charcoal stick, that's why you're tight. But this is intended to show. The main reason, of course, it's a wonderful tool to be able to draw with pencils because they're so graphic and hard edged and so on. They help with definition. They really do. But the real reason I'm using pencils is because I like the marks. The essence of good painting is making interesting marks, and I find the juxtaposition of smooshy paint with scratchy pencil to be a nice juxtaposition, a nice contrast. Okay, make nice marks. The marks have to be interesting. They don't all have to be like that. They don't all have to be representational, but they all have to be nice. Be nice, marks. Be nice. Okay? And just as in this layer, I didn't trust the red layer to be accurate. I didn't rely on it. Next time around, I will not trust this layer. Does that make sense? I use it ever so slightly I'll ask myself, do I like where they put those lines or not? But I am under no obligation to stick with those lines. For instance, this building right here, the red one, last time I made a line here, this time I made a line here. Next time, I might come back and make the line here like I'm doing right now, just for demo, okay? And then you say, well, what about those lines? It's all part of the chaos. It's going to be beautiful in the final step of in the final painting. product. Okay, so that's step 4, all done. Again, thanks for watching. I'll be back in just a few minutes with step 5.